Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Basia and I graduated from Berkeley College of Music. Before going to Berkeley, I always Googled and YouTubed questions about Berkeley. Is Berkeley worth it? How's the auditioning process and all that? Before I went to Berkeley, I actually got a really good advice from my mentor, who's Mikołaj Stroiński. Some of you who play video games probably know him. He's the composer of The Witcher 3 music, so shout out to Mikołaj. He gave me this fantastic advice, so now I want to pass it on to you. It worked for me, so let's get started. I remember being 12 or 13 and finding out about Berkeley. I always loved music. If you're watching this, you probably love music as well. This sounds like the dream place to be. You get all these majors, all these cool people in one place. What can be better when studying music, right? It's like this fantastic place called Berkeley. There was no other school I ever wanted to go to. Berkeley was the one, and I know how many people have that exact mindset. My whole life was focused on that one goal. How am I gonna get in? It's so expensive. My family cannot afford a $60,000 school, and it's getting more expensive every year, just letting you know. So what should I do? What can I do? First audition. My first audition was in Texas and it was miserable. Although I prepared so much with my teacher and I did watch all these YouTube videos, I guess I was not confident enough, and that's my tip. You have to be confident. You have to believe in yourself. A couple months passed by, I got my letter and I did get in. But then I opened another letter. I didn't get a scholarship, so my dreams were crushed. Even though I got accepted, I kind of didn't get accepted. A week later, I got a response from another university, University of North Texas, and I got almost a full ride. So the choice was easy. Well, easy, because if I get a scholarship to one school and I don't get a scholarship to another school, I think it's kind of obvious where you should go. Everything happens for a reason. Had this conversation with my mentor. He gave me this analogy. Imagine you're going to a grocery shop and you can pick all the things that you're gonna need in life. Everything is on the shelves, like you have talents and skills and all that, but you have only 4 minutes to put everything you need in the shopping cart. 4 minutes. And the store is gigantic. What are you gonna put in the cart? Well, if you are prepared and do your research and you know where you want to go, or you kind of are set in one direction, so you kind of know what you want to do after college, right? Then you will know where to focus, which aisle to go to pick the right skill sets and the right ingredients that you're gonna need later in life. I noticed that when people go to Berkeley right after high school, they don't know, they have to go search throughout the whole store and miss that whole 1 minute. That's why I think it's better to take time and really think of what you want to accomplish and what direction you want to go to, so that when you get to Berkeley, you know exactly where to go. And because Berkeley is so big, there are so many resources and you're gonna feel lost. So it's better to go prepared rather than going and seeing this big thing and feeling lost. I'm thankful for this advice because I went to UNT for 2 years. Those 2 years prepared me so much for my experience at Berkeley. Nothing else could have prepared me better than going to University of North Texas and then transferring. I had to do another audition to Berkeley. I was practicing, preparing. I knew exactly what I want to get out of this audition. I auditioned in February, and then at the end of March, I got an acceptance letter. First, I got accepted again, but second, I got a big scholarship. If you want to, by the way, know how I prepared for my second audition, let me know so that I can make a video separately just about my second audition to Berkeley. I transferred and I decided to major in CWP, which is Contemporary Writing and Production. I decided to do a minor, which is such a great thing. Let me tell you, minor is fantastic. So my minor was creative entrepreneurship and I loved it. If you go to Berkeley with no scholarship money and you do performance, Well, I don't know what to tell you. Either you're extremely rich and you don't know what to do with your parents' money, or I think it's such a waste. Oh my goodness. I don't want to tell you what to do and what not to do, but I think it's a waste of money and time. Because if you want to be a performer, why pay $60,000 a year to be a performer? Just go out in the city you live in and do it and make money doing it, rather than spending $60,000 and learning to become a performer in a classroom setting. Yeah, it just doesn't click, you know? It just doesn't make sense to me. If you get a full ride and you want to do performance, sure. I mean, I know people who did that, but they still took classes from different majors, because you can do that. I noticed that a lot of times people who just don't know what they want to do in life, they do performance, and then unfortunately not much comes out of it. I decided to do CWP because in the major you can do arranging, producing, you learn how to use Pro Tools, you learn how to record, the different mic techniques, how to use mics, how to mix and master. So I thought that if I come out of Berkeley with more skill set, that gives me many more opportunities to then find a job after college. And my minor was learning how to do marketing and music. So then that's another skill set that you can also find a job, you know, doing music marketing. If you have more knowledge, you know, then you can be more versatile musician. And I think that's the key to survive and make it in the music industry. Is Berkeley worth it? I mean, that's the question I get a lot. And I think it's worth it when you get a scholarship. I don't think Berkeley is worth $60-something thousand per year, especially if you don't know what you want to do in life. If you have a scholarship, then yes, it's worth it. I truly recommend doing all that you can, maybe transferring credits and stuff, but getting a scholarship. Let me tell you, like, music industry is not an easy industry. It's not like you get out of college and you get a job that will pay you $60,000 or $80,000 a year. You can pay off your debt or loans and stuff. If you get out of Berkeley and you have no scholarship and then you have a loan for $240,000, oh my goodness, I think that's such a bad idea. Do not do that. Make sure that when you apply, you do everything you possibly can to get a scholarship, because otherwise I do not recommend getting a loan to go to a music school. My Berkeley experience was fantastic. The people you meet there are gonna be your lifelong friends. When it comes to networking and, you know, meeting people who then might lead to another connection, fantastic. I don't think there's a better place on earth when it comes to college, like music college, to make those kind of connections. But those connections are not worth $60,000, if you know what I'm talking about. You might as well just move to LA and make those connections for free, just get gigs. If you go to Berkeley, that's a place where you need to learn skill sets. My tips while going to Berkeley would be to be honest and don't try to push too hard to make friends, because it's so fake when people like try too hard. Make it natural, make it happen naturally, but go out to gigs and support your friends. When you live on campus your first year, make sure that you go out and eat with friends in cafeteria and sit with different people, introduce yourself, because you just never know who you're gonna meet. You just never know who is gonna sit next to you in different classes. Berkeley was fantastic. It was a dream coming true. Because of the people that I met there, I was able to release my first EP and then my first album and then complete different projects and get gigs and get my first job in LA. It's very important to have a good relationship with your teachers, and not a lot of people get that. Your teachers are not just your teachers. There are people who can help you later after college because they have so many connections. So I think it's very important to keep in touch with them and just be nice. So yeah, that's my take on it. Let me know in the comments below if you have any more questions so that I can record more videos for you. I can make part 2, part 3, part 17. Just let me know. I recommend going to Berkeley, but with a scholarship. I recommend doing a different major than performance. And I know it's harsh, and not a lot of people want to hear that advice, but that's just what I think. People that I see succeed and get jobs are the people who have more skills than just playing an instrument. There are exceptions, but that's very rare. So sorry for this honesty, but I want you to think about it before you make a decision to go to Berkeley. I hope this was helpful. Hit me up on Instagram, baga.music, link in my description. Let me know in the comments below, what else would you like to know about Berkeley? I hope I can answer those questions. Thanks for watching. Bye!